Recent weeks witnessed escalating costs, with the average price of regular gasoline reaching $3.87, a nearly 40-cent increase in a month. AAA data highlighted an almost 15-cent rise since July 16th, with 12 states such as California, Arizona, and Illinois surpassing $4 per gallon. California's highest average reached over $5 per gallon. OPEC Plus reduction of global oil production by almost 4 million barrels per day contributed to heightened crude oil prices, consequently driving gasoline prices up. While global factors impacted pump costs, domestic elements worsened the situation. So why is it really happening? What factors escalated the gas price situation to this point? Join us if you're curious, as in this video, we'll delve deeper into this burning phenomenon. Gas stations along the U.S. East Coast face shortages due to a cyber attack from the Colonial Pipeline in 2021, a major fuel conduit. While the company manually managed some pipeline functions and aimed to fully restore service by the weekend, cybersecurity expert Jamie Tarabay speculated on potential Russian involvement. President Biden attributed the attack to Russia, supported by evidence of hacker activity and software attribution. Private security firms prevented stolen data from reaching Russia. The pipeline CEO, Melanie Little, noted that shipments would only resume after eradicating ransomware. The attack targeted Colonial's network, which paused operations to avoid exacerbating the threat. Restarting without ensuring the removal of ransomware risked further breaches. Since then, fuel scarcity triggered panic buying and long lines at gas stations. Consequently, gasoline prices surged, nearing $4 per gallon. Contrary to the usual post-summer vacation relief in prices, experts predicted little respite for at least a month or possibly 6 weeks. Payments in cash remained the cheaper option. Credit card transactions carried higher costs. Consumer frustration grew as escalating gas prices strained finances. AAA Michigan reported a current statewide average of $3.80, slightly below the same period last year. Annual comparisons illustrated fluctuating patterns, with 2022 hitting a peak average price of $5.22 per gallon in June, a low of $3 in December. In contrast, 2023 saw its highest price of $3.92 this week, the lowest registering at $3.19 in January. Oil analyst Gary Cunningham attributed the recent price surge to Middle East conflicts aiming to stabilize global crude oil at around $90 per barrel, consequently reducing production. Modest relief with a 20 to 30 cent per gallon decrease was predicted by Chris DeHunt for September and October. Cunningham noted that U.S. oil production neared its limit due to policy constraints, and Rod Maloney warned of higher gas prices if demand increased. Gasoline prices, which had been rising for 6 consecutive weeks, approached the $4 mark, potentially impacting U.S. Labor Day travel. Forecasts pointed to supply shortages and higher prices due to refinery maintenance during a crucial driving season. The U.S. Energy Information Administration revised its oil and gas price projections upward, anticipating a continued trend until 2024. Moreover, a major energy provider cautioned about an impending nationwide energy crisis, exacerbating the strain on families. Right now, the main reason why gas prices are high is because of the state of crude oil, which is a type of oil that hasn't been processed yet. This information comes from Pete McNally, pinnacle figure in the realm of global industrial materials and energy, presiding at the helm of Third Bridge. According to him, the market has looked ahead and sees a tighter crude oil environment. Even though the United States is making more oil, there's still problems with the crude oil market. OPEC Plus, which we already mentioned, reduces oil production, impacting global prices. Increased U.S. oil output doesn't compensate. Reduced crude to gasoline conversion worsens the issue due to low gasoline reserves. Rising gasoline prices are likely to persist due to consistently low supplies this year. Prices for gas are expected to go really high in August and September. Head of Global Oil Analytics, Richard Joswick, thinks that the average price for the gas could be over $4 by the end of August. Usually gas prices go down after summer, but this might not happen this time because of issues with OPEC Plus and how much oil the United States can turn into gasoline. A professor named Ramana Krishnamurthy thinks that the gas prices will keep going up. Oil production will go down. He believes that oil prices will stay high for the next 6 to 12 months all around the world. Some analysts think that crude oil prices will go up to between $85 and $90 soon. Others like Goldman Sachs even think that oil could reach $100 per barrel. This would make gas prices even higher. Gasoline prices are already as high as they were in October 2022. And they might go up to $4.12 by September 2nd because there's not much gas stored up. A big refinery in the Midwest had to shut down for maintenance earlier than planned. This caused gas prices to go up in many places. This could make things unstable for drivers until the refinery starts working again. There's also been a lot of heat this summer, especially in places like Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico, which has made some refineries produce less gasoline. Fixing the refineries and getting everything back to normal could take months. If something unexpected happens, like a big storm damaging things, situation could get even worse. A hurricane hitting the U.S. Gulf Coast could also make gas prices go up a lot. Because of all these issues, people are feeling less confident about the economy. Gas prices going up are also causing inflation, which means things are getting more expensive. This is expected to continue until August. Gasoline prices are almost as high as they were last year, and they might even get higher by the end of summer. Some experts think gas prices could reach $3.96 per gallon very soon, which would contribute to inflation getting worse in the United States. The United States Energy Department guesses about how much oil and gas will cost in America have been influenced by things like not having enough oil worldwide, according to the top person who studies markets at Creative Planning. A group that watches energy in the U.S. called the Energy Information Administration changed its thoughts about how much oil will be made around the world until 2024. This change happened because OPEC Plus, a group of countries that make a lot of oil, decided to make less oil. Because of this, people think the cost of oil will go up, especially in late 2023 and early 2024. Other types of energy might also be hard to get in the fall and winter. In Utah, a group of people who control the electric grid said there's going to be a big problem with energy in the U.S. This problem is because they're shutting down coal power plants quickly. They're not ready with new ways to make sure we always have enough electricity. A company called Moon Lake Electric, which gives electricity to over 24,000 homes, said the rules from the government about energy are causing issues. They said that taking away reliable ways to make electricity without having good replacements has made it so we want more electricity, but there's not enough, and it's too expensive. When there's not enough electricity, the cost of it goes up. This means that rich people can still pay for it, but others might not be able to. Moon Lake Electric said this problem is really serious. The CEO of the company, Yankton Johnson, told us that there have been times when the power has gone out in 9 states since December. The grids that give us power are getting weaker, and that's why they're warning everyone. They also said that the goals the government set to have no pollution and use less carbon are not possible. Johnson said they need to slow down and think about what they're doing. Even though the group agrees with using things like wind and sunlight to make energy, Johnson explained that these things are not good enough yet. He told people to imagine it like this. When you can turn on a light, most of the time, the power's there. But if we use wind and sun, they're only there about 30% of the time. The wind doesn't always blow and the sun isn't always out, so we can't always make enough. The energy problem in the U.S., where things like gas cost more, there might not be enough fuel and sometimes the power goes out. It's happening because they didn't plan well. They didn't get enough energy ready before more people wanted it. We might have big problems with gas prices and power going out in homes this winter. That's why we need to get ready now. As we deal with possible problems in the future, think about how this situation could change the way we do things every day and what's most important to us. What are the best ways to fix these issues in the long term so we aren't affected as much as by these ups and downs? Your ideas are important. Share them with us in the comment box below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell for more thought-provoking content. Thanks for watching.